All right, everybody, welcome to the second episode of the Bomb Shelter podcast. Chad has a very interesting topic. You want to share it for us?
Why are you throwing me right out of the gate? I mean, I've had a very interesting weekend, and I don't know. There's gonna be like a long ass rant. But long story short, is people are very dumb the higher up the food chain in terms of work position. I feel like your brain gets smaller when you become like a manager or something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Unfortunately.
Like how do you
How do
know?
I understand?
Yeah, how?
I work for a big corporation. I work for Pepsi. I am constantly dealing with multiple managers and supervisors on many different levels. And
Okay.
there's definitely a tendency there for incompetence, hypocrisy, just utter bullshit. Especially where I'm at. It's because at my old job, it was pretty fucking bad, but that's kind of to be expected from like a small town, privately owned country club. But at literally Pepsi, at actual fucking Pepsi, it is awful.
Yeah.
Are we starting the podcast off with Pepsi slander?
I think we shall. I think Pepsi is mid. I think Pepsi is basically blue Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola's ass too. So it's like, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Pepsi's worse,
I love the products. I think my unpopular opinion, I like Pepsi more than Coke. Mountain Dew's fucking fantastic. I mean, but Coke's got great products too. Coke is mid, but like Dr. Pepper, that's pretty damn good.
They don't own Dr. Pepper.
I could swear they do. I swear to God.
No, they don't. Dr. Pepper is owned by, I think the Snapple.
Oh, well,
Dr.
Pepsi
Pepper.
owns them, I think.
Yeah, Pepsi owns Snapple. I know for a fact.
We
I'm gonna
own a
fact
lot
check
of
this.
things, and actually, to y'all's surprise, we distribute Coke product in our Pepsi facilities.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so, I mean, Pepsi on a larger scale is bigger than Coke by a long shot. We actually own and have under our belt a lot of different subsidiaries, companies. Like what I work for is called Buffalo Rock, and it's a very unknown soda here in Alabama. It started off in Birmingham, and now Pepsi owns us, and we are... Buffalo Rock is basically like a distribution hub subsidiary for Pepsi.
What the Buffalo Rock? What fucking name for a soda? Can I get some Buffalo Rock on the rocks?
I've never seen this soda before in my life, and I've been working here for like almost 6 months. I don't even think it's real. I don't think it's real.
Hold on.
Money
Hold on. What's it called? Buffalo Rock?
Yeah, Buffalo Rock. I think it's like a ginger ale like soda. Something like that.
Oh, here we go. I don't know where this shit is. Let's go to images.
I've never seen it.
Oh, yeah,
Never
I
in
see
my
it.
life.
Yeah. Buffalo Rock Ginger Ale. There it is. Wow.
Yeah, it's odd. 'cause
Looks pretty generic.
Yeah, I didn't know it existed until I worked for them, and I still don't know if it exists or not.
It probably doesn't. It's probably just, one of those goofy moments,
True. I don't know. They pay well. They pay well, and I've got great benefits.
That's nice.
So why are you a shill for Pepsi, huh?
Because if I don't shill for them, I'll get fucked in the ass by the corpos.
The corpos.
The corporate.
We can't. We genuinely just cannot have, like, if you get caught, like, drinking, like, a Coke in, like, the break room or something, you'll get into some shit for it. Like, you you have to shill Pepsi while you're there, while you're on the job, while you've got the Pepsi uniform on. You have to shill the product 24/7.
They see you eating a bag of Cheetos and they go, "Hey, that's not Pepsi Corp, bro. You're getting paid for it." You get
Oh
put
my
on
god.
a list.
No,
My
dude.
coworkers have actually been yelled at for having like Coke cans out during like lunchtime and shit. I almost got yelled at for having an Arizona tea one morning.
Oh, that's got to be the worst job when you can't have Arizona tea.
On God.
I
Ugh.
chugged it in the break room, threw it away, and just went about my day.
He used to furtively drink his Arizona.
But yeah, like we have like in our break room, we have like little markets and shit where you can buy product. And like the sodas are pretty cheap. It's like $1.25 for like a Mountain Dew or a Pepsi or whatnot. But
what year are you living in?
if you want to get like a Milo's sweet tea or something, that's gonna run you almost $3 It
They
is.
got a incentive to make you drink soda.
They do, and I used to drink a lot of the Mountain Dew Live Wire flavor because I love orange flavor shit, and it was pretty good. But then I stopped.
Where's the orange one?
Yeah, that's the orange one. Live Wire is great, but like I'm not as big into soda as I used to be, and I'm trying to cut down on it, so I'm just not buying it. Not to mention my debit card's expired, so I can't even buy shit anymore in there until I get a new card.
Should reveal your old debit card on the podcast. Just name
Yeah,
all the numbers.
yeah, I'll let everybody know. I'll put it in the YouTube description for everybody.
Hell yeah.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the
Next
comments.
episode, we'll
Don't
check it out.
forget to like, rate, and comment on the video, and I will give one person nothing because
At
I
all.
have nothing. But still, like, rate, and comment because that'd be funny. But yeah,
Broke ass.
So yeah, managers are kind of mid sometimes.
yeah.
But even then, it's like it depends on where you work at specifically. Like if it's like a hard place, like we're like in the warehouse and shit. Like you kind of have to rely on some managers, even if it's like your first day and shit. Even then, it's like some of them don't even know what the fuck they even like do most of the time too.
Yeah,
Which is the funny part.
I don't even know what my manager does.
I do.
I don't think she does either. I got yelled at today at work because like we were working and my supervisor was working with us and she was talking to one of my other coworkers and I was just listening and like I guess technically not working, but like she was barely working. My coworker she was talking to wasn't working and she just looks over at me and tells me to go do my job. I was like, I'm listening to you. What the fuck? What are you? You're sitting here talking to me or my coworker and distracting us both, and then you get mad at me. We get yelled at a lot for like cutting up and talking and shit during work. I'm like, you literally cut up with your own employees 24/7.
Okay, genuine question for all of you. You guys wear earbuds at work?
Yes.
I can't, but I hide my AirPods under my hoodie so I can listen to music
Now
and
he's
whatnot.
shilling apple.
Because apparently it's illegal by OSHA violations that you can't wear earbuds. But that basically just means like literally everyone in the fucking workforce wearing earbuds most of the time. Because I have not seen anyone not wearing earbuds besides any like corporate.
But here's the thing. OSHA violations, they only care if A, like someone actually gets poisoned or dies, or B, it is a fancy schmancy restaurant where like actual,
Yep.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Yeah, OSHA violations are a joke. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of disgusting things that people do to your food, and you will not feel the effects of it because it is so weak. It's like it's something that looks gross, but there's probably not a lot of it, so it's not going to kill you. So you'll be fine.
Just like that one guy's food I spat in earlier today.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's
Nah, I'm joking.
that's
Okay.
a,
That was a joke.
that's.
That was a joke.
I mean, you literally. OSHA goes after you if you literally just say on a podcast, "Yeah, I peed in this guy's egg today."
That was a joke, Chad.
Speaking of, oh my god, have you guys heard of a guy sending a cum sample to this woman, and she put it in this clay thing. He modeled it as an egg, so technically it's a cum egg. Yes, it's an egg made out of cum, technically.
Why?
So she would mix the powder of like clay and then put and she turned like the semen sample into a powder and just mixed it together, and out of that powder and clay she formed the egg. And it's all glittery, it has gold and silver, so it looks like an elegant egg, but there's cum in it. And what makes me wonder is, why? How do you put that up on anything? If I were to come back tomorrow and tell my mom, hey mom, here is my cum egg, how would one respond normally to that?
I mean, people would respond in a more artistic form if they put in a fucking, display or something. That's just me, though.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, yeah, you're saying that you would do that? You would display the cum egg for everybody?
Dude, honestly, I would if I'm gonna be made a lot of money. If I make bank out of it. I put it in a display in an art museum. The people look at it and they're like, "Oh my god, this is revolutionary. This says a lot about this man."
The cum egg
It really says a lot about our society.
Literally. If a guy could tape a fucking banana on the wall and be recognized for it, I could certainly make a cum egg and put it in our art institute or some shit.
That one guy that got paid to do a fucking art expo, and he basically just didn't paint anything, and he just put a blank canvas up on the wall and titled it "Thanks for the money" or something like that, and then made off with I think $200,000 or something, like a shitload of money. Oh, I think the name of it is "Take the Money and Run." Dude actually just fucking scammed them.
It's called tax evasion and money laundering.
Based.
The most basic form of art.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear the rain outside? Or
No.
okay.
Okay.
Do you guys hear the walls caving in? Because I do.
Get out of my head, Jed.
The Hat Man is coming for his money.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
Not the Hat Man.
Actually, speaking of shit I saw on TikTok, there was a girl that made a good point where people trying to be unique are literally giving themselves brain rot because they're going over beyond the statute of limitations of being anything close to a human being to be quote unquote unique.
What do you mean by that?
It's
elaborate.
People will I identify as Attack Helicopter. I identify as 71 different identities. We have Greg, Joe, Schmo, Fucko, and fucking Bingo. And it's all these personal DID people who are faking it, fake schizos, fake weirdos, and they do it just for views and shit. It's giving them actual fucking brain rot. Their brain cells are melting.
Oh yeah, the fake autism girl, the one with the red striped.
So we're talking about you,
sweater.
right, Jed?
No, yeah, you got me. You got me good. Yeah.
I hate those fake Tourette people accounts and everything that I see on there.
It's so
I was
obvious.
Yeah, it makes you feel bad for the real Tourette's people.
Yeah, people know. Most of them
It's so
know.
obvious too.
Yeah, you're just downplaying the struggle that real Tourette's people are dealing with.
People with Tourette's don't just yell out "fuck" every 5 seconds constantly. They don't. That's not how that works.
What sucks is people will when I see people post cringe on TikTok, I'm thinking, okay, how do they go back to school? But I compared to faking of actual disorder like that, how do you go back to school with that? How do you go out into society with that on your shoulders? How the fuck do you
Very
move on
carefully.
from that? It's ridiculous.
It could be homeschooled kids because those exist.
Well, not just
Those
that.
people
just-
already have a certain level of brain rot regardless, so there's that.
Not all of them.
I'm just saying, like, you can't. I mean, yeah, there are probably people from like private schools that they probably don't even like discuss one another and shit. But even then, it's like you're posting yourself on the internet to like a whole broad audience that they don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Until like you see like two classmates that just like realize you have an account and shit, and they see you posting that shit.
It takes one person. It takes one person to topple your house of cards.
It takes your mom's account to find your Discord account posting NSFW.
Then your mom follows you on TikTok, and it feels super weird when you post anything because you realize that she's watching it.
I never want my mom to find this podcast.
No, yes,
I
you
will
do.
send it to your mom.
I will send it
Do
to your
not.
mom. I will do it myself.
I hate y'all.
I love you too, buddy.
Love you too, Roma.
Now you two kiss. There. Now we have bomb shelter lore.
A bomb shelter kiss. That's a bomb shelter miracle on this January 18th.
Oh my god. Dude, I should have said that either.
What?
Imagine all the fuck. So if this ever goes big, which is a high, which is a
High
big
chance. High chance. Yeah, what's up? What about
high
it?
chance. Imagine all the Tumblr lore bullshit. Oh no.
What
have
Tumblr
I
lore
done?
bullshit?
Get ahead of it, man. Let's just get
What
ahead of it.
have I done?
I didn't get a kiss back, and I'm kind
Yeah.
of upset about it.
Just wait till we post our D&D podcast. That's when we fucking hit the big one.
Yo, Chad, now we're gonna have to pay Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, we
Good.
have to pay royalties.
Full.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
We gotta play for the
let
King
that license.
live.
Okay, for the king, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love
D&D.
For the King.
I don't have to pay for the king.
Yeah. For the King, send us a review copy.
For the King, give us For the King 2 so the four of us can play it. Because whoever the fuck said it, let us have 3 players. You are a fucking terrorist. You should be put on a watch list for your crimes. It's the fact you
Why
did that.
3
Why
players,
3? There is no point. What any adventure group says, we shall go out as a group of 3. No, you always give 4. Rule of 4. You don't fucking go with 3 because when one gets separated, they're gonna be fucking 1 on 2. You're fucked. You fucked it. You fucked me.
Count your days for the king. Count your days.
Also, give us a free copy, please. We love
Give
your
us free
game.
copies.
We do love your game.
You just tried the fucking cup. Okay.
Also, make the firing squad meta even better.
Yeah, can we all get guns and just start shooting?
Yes.
Add the
Yeah, for options
M16
and
to the game.
Well, you know what? Let's cut out this whole section. These whole 19 minutes we've been recording. Let's
Yeah,
just
let's
cut
cut-
Oh, shut up.
The
It's
whole
been
20
good.
minutes.
Y'all are hating.
Yep.
Okay,
that's-
we're past
that's my
we
job.
passed some marks. Speaking of which, I would like to present a new topic. Y'all know silly bands, right?
Yeah, love
What
them.
about 'em?
So technically, the owner of silly bands try to shill out a few TikTok influencers to basically nostalgia bait, like all the people that are like, "Oh, remember silly bands and shit."
That's
It went okay for like a whole year and so, but then it went down and they started doing NFTs for silly bands.
Oh.
my god.
Why?
Yeah.
So yeah, they do that. The fucking CEO tries to be like this top G dude, and he even went through TikTok as well, to talk shit about Elon Musk about how he like pretty much brought in the crypto stock down and shit. It's so fucking hilarious because he
Wait.
was basically just mauling about it too.
Are the NFTs just JPEGs of the fucking?
It is
silly
JPEGs
bands?
of the silly bands, yes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Mid.
It's literally just PNGs of the fucking things.
That's
you don't even get the
fucking
real
hilarious.
thing. You get the PNG. And they pay you. You have to pay Ethereum for that shit too.
Ew.
That's every
why?
NFT though. I got a friend was into NFTs and all of them were Ethereum based.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Dude. It is so fucking hilarious too. If you guys want to watch, if you guys want to get on a whole thing, I'll send it on the fucking link. But basically, it's just talking about how it like went from like this whole trend back in 2010 and all the way to 2022 to try to at least get some people back into the craze, basically. But it never worked.
Yeah.
And it turns out they're getting lawsuits too.
We had noticed that every NFT art project always looks like shit, like objectively garbage art.
Yes. Isn't it the vast majority of it AI generated?
Well, the thing is, you can do AI generated art like good. That friend I talked about who was into NFTs, we had this talk before that if they would make an NFT like based off of Transformers, that would actually be cool.
Yeah.
Because you could have different types of robots, different teams, different colors, different car models if you really want to go into that.
Yeah.
See, the bad part about that is the fact that it's an NFT, you know?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you want to make a good-looking NFT, put more effort into it.
Yeah.
I know most of them are just rug pulls, scams.
Yeah.
It's not for passion.
The ones I like is if you look up 80s dark fantasy AI generated ones, like if it was like a film and shit, I think those look way cool. Because it's just AI generated like the most, like, you know how movies back in the 80s were so shitty, like they used like puppets and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all masks and props and stuff. They basically copy that aesthetic on the AI. And they just generate basically just something what could have existed. They even have one for Cyberpunk too. And they even have part 3 for JoJo.
I'm looking at some of these. I'm seeing Shrek. I see Griffith from Berserk.
It's pretty cool. I think that's like the good use for AI generation. What'd be cool is that the AI generate a whole movie.
Oh, Lord.
No, that would be the end of the world. We'd be doomed. Actually doomed.
It'd
An
probably
AI-generated
be
movie?
it'd probably be better than anything Michael Bay's ever put out, at least.
Don't say that. He put out the
I
Transformers
know.
series.
He put out the
but like
Transformers.
we already talked about this on the last podcast
Yeah,
episode.
we can't
He
just say
only
he can't.
half of those movies were good.
That is true. When are we gonna do a watch along for that?
We'll figure it out. You know, I already have a handful of movies that I've got to play for y'all. And then that's going to be like, what, once or twice a week at most?
Look at this
Yeah.
fucking picture
Almost
of
once a
Dream
week.
as an 80s horror film. I posted it in the bomb shelter.
This is not podcast friendly as the viewers cannot see this photo.
I'll put a picture on it on the
Wait,
YouTube.
All
The
right.
Dream?
Yeah, that's fucking Dream as an AI generated 80s dark
fuck?
horror film.
That really does look like an 80s horror film kind of design.
It looks like it's something out of like a Tool music video.
Of course. Yeah, we gotta wrap it back to Tool.
This fucking guy.
This is the first time.
Tool, man.
Tool super fan.
Oh, whatever.
Tool super fan.
Whatever.
It just looks cool, honestly.
It looks fucking retarded.
I mean, the Dream one, yes, but the rest of them, they pretty look alright.
Fair enough.
Tool mid.
Tool good.
Sure, a little mid. A little mid.
Oh, whatever. Y'all are
yeah.
still supporting a Nazi in 2023.
I'm supporting NFT, what do you mean?
Yes,
Same
what,
difference.
no?
Gotta be one of their top Gs.
Wait.
Oh!
Care to elaborate on that point? Who's the Nazi we're supporting?
Kanye.
Oh,
But he fucking made
Don't
graduation.
get it twisted, man.
Don't
I
get it
love his
twisted.
music, but him as a person,
You can't get around the fact that you're still supporting him buying his vinyls, but that's another thing. I don't want to get into that on the podcast. I'll yell at you in the server for that
You
later.
didn't have to say that on the podcast, man. You just outed
Yeah. Go Boy here is a very nice lad and does not support Nazis. Neither does
not.
the podcast as a whole.
But he does support Kanye. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I love his music. Don't get it twisted.
You like Kanye, don't lie. You wanna be his next wife.
I do.
No.
I do, honestly. I do.
I wanna be the reason he releases Donda 3.
You know,
Yes, sir.
Donda 3. He hasn't even released Donda 2 officially.
No, he doesn't drop down to 2. He just drops 3.
That'd be such.
Gives
That
two.
would actually not be surprising. I'd say that's like plus 700 odds, honestly. In terms of like,
Well, I think Donda 2 is gonna be released on his like speaker that he created or he
Oh
funded.
yeah, I remember. He
That's
has
not
this
the
whole
only.
speaker.
That's not the only third thing he's a fan of.
what's the joke? I don't get it.
Third Reich. Third Reich was the joke.
Oh, you didn't have to explain it. That was hilarious.
He explained it. It's not funny
That was
anymore.
funny.
I'm funny. I swear.
This guy's a funny man.
All right, now stop humoring me.
All right, let's not talk about Kanye before we dig ourselves into like a huge hole.
But he made
Yeah, that's
graduation,
true.
but okay.
Yeah,
He made
graduation.
graduation, but whatever. So, Chad, me and Roman were
Yeah.
talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Who do you think would be the next good James Bond?
Oh
Mm.
fuck! I have had zero.
Tom Holland. I'm calling it. Tom
No,
fucking
not-
Holland. I am calling it right the
No,
fuck
no,
now.
no.
not who's likely. Who do you think is a good
Oh.
James Bond?
Oh, a good one? Well, yeah, that's most likely for me. I don't fucking know, dude.
Idris Elba. I'm picking Idris
yeah,
Elba.
we both agreed on that, Roma.
Yep.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is already cooler than James Bond. All right? It
no,
doesn't get
guess-
better than John Wick.
You'd actually become lamer if you.
True.
He
True.
becomes like edgy James Bond. He becomes James Bond.
Who's that other dude who did the Kingsman?
Colin
What if he becomes
Firth,
007? Yeah, I think that's the dude.
the
young
older
one,
guy
sorry.
from the.
No, the young one.
Oh, Taron Egerton,
Yeah,
the dude who plays as Elton John in the biopic.
I guess so,
I've
yeah.
been meaning to watch Rocket
Yeah.
Man. Is it any good, Roma?
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you, but it looks good. It looks good.
Add it to the list.
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever seen like a bad biopic. They've all been pretty good.
Yeah, the Roma one has been pretty bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Mostly because I feel like if you make a bad biopic movie, like a disrespectfully bad one, you will not be allowed to do any more movies ever again.
Yeah. I feel bad for Freddie Mercury because Bohemian Rhapsody kind of just outed the fact that he was kind of a douchebag in real life.
Did it?
Kinda-
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, he did some fucked up shit, like cheat on his fiance, completely ditched the band to go solo, got AIDS, and then cried back to them to get the band back together because he fucked up so bad and was so high on fucking coke all the time. Yeah,
The good
I'll-
ending.
I'll
I'll
do that
s-
for the podcast one day.
I'll separate the art from the artist on that one. I fucking love Queen.
Who's gonna be the Freddie Mercury of the podcast?
Like, what do you
That
mean
would
by
be you,
that?
go boy. That would be you.
Me? I'm gonna go get AIDS, get high off coke.
Yeah.
And cheat on your
Yeah.
fiance. and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And
I'd
beg you
say
guys
so.
to redo the podcast.
Guys, we have to get the band back together.
Yeah, I think if we get the band back together, it'd be more of a love handle kind of thing.
Whoa, go. Jesus.
All right, then.
Uh,
Handle, right, Chad?
I do.
Isn't that a euphemism for penis?
No,
Oh,
maybe.
okay. Then, I don't know then.
It's from Phineas and Ferb. Don't you remember, Roma?
Dude, I can't even remember the last time I watched that show. Still a banger show, though.
It is. It's that one episode where they have to get the band back together to perform a concert for their parents.
Yes.
That sounds familiar. Is that the one where Ferb goes the fuck off?
You mean?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't, like, I don't mean go off as in, like, run off. Like, the one where he's just fucking based and cool and really showed off.
I think you're thinking of the one where he's at the mall. Trying to
Maybe.
impress Vanessa.
Maybe. I don't know. That was a weird
Or the
plot
one where he
line.
has to pick up the blueprints.
I love how motherfuckers are shipping, like, a 10-year-old with, like, a 16-year-old
Yeah, that's fucked
in a
up.
kid's show. It was a little weird, but
A little weird. It's very
a little,
weird.
yeah.
But it was still a banger of a show.
It truly it was. Baljeet was the goat. I ain't gonna lie to you, G.
Baljeet.
Baljeet. Bro had unspoken
Hello, your
riz.
computer has my riz.
Oh, Lord.
I don't get it. Why did they cancel Baljeet?
For real. I'm sure he was voiced by a white person.
I'm sure he was
Very
voiced
much.
by like.
You know what, let me
yes.
fact check this.
He totally
Can't
wasn't.
be
That's
throwing
why
out
they
these.
didn't go after him, because he was totally an actual Indian kid. Which, I'm sorry, that is such a stereotypical thing to sound like. That's like my name being like John Johnson or something like that.
John Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Do we have any confirmation, Sir Go Boy? We need some confirmation on that information.
I had to figure out how to spell Baljeet.
Oh my god, I'll
It's
do it myself.
It is so simple.
Balgeet. The simplest.
Pretty stupid.
Baljeet?
He is voiced by Iluk.
Malik Pancholi. I think that's how it's
Same
pronounced.
Okay,
Fuck you.
so we can't say it.
I'm
We
trying to be
can't.
as
We
racist
can't.
as
We
possible.
can't say it then.
I mean, he's American technically, but
Yeah. I mean, everyone's American if you think about it.
Yeah, and the whole world is American.
if we go all the way
America's
back to
rules.
Pangea, then yes.
You know
They
who's
all live
American?
under America's rules.
You know who else is American? Velma.
Ew.
Ooh.
Fuck off. We're not talking about Velma.
No, we need to spread how terrible that show is.
I haven't watched it. We should all.
I was
not
gonna
watch
say
it.
it was so terrible I didn't even want to watch it, so I
I
didn't.
haven't watched it. I've heard reviews about it. They're not too happy.
Chad, didn't you watch it?
What?
Velma.
Like first episode ish. Why?
You watched it?
I may have.
How bad was it?
Yeah, how was it?
All right. Oh God.
Were you paid by Warner Brothers?
No, dude.
Because you were a
it is
micronesia.
it is unbelievably just like they say the joke, and you're like, wow, that's not funny. And then it's like, where's Scooby Doo? You would expect this to be like a show about mysteries. It's solving mysteries. No, it is a show that puts mysteries on the back burner, and basically each of the four members of the gang want to fuck each other. And, well, you know, the show rocks with that, I'd say, pretty much, from what I've seen.
Ew.
Oh, jeez, I'm like, did I just kill everyone?
Alright, I'm gonna see the
Uh,
cast of all
Did
of
you see the
Velma.
leaks for the next episode, Chad?
So, okay, so there's a lot of people saying, oh, it's Scooby. No, it's not. The chick is not Scooby. The chick is just some side hoe. Still really
Named
weird.
Scooby.
No, her name is not Scooby either. It's like a V. It's like Vanessa or something.
Yeah, Vooby.
Fucking Weird Al was
Vooby
voicing
Voo.
Velma.
Voo.
Oh, Debbie Ryan was in the fucking show.
Yeah. It's rough out
Oh.
here,
Of course,
man.
Sam Richardson is shit.
Rough out here, man.
They tarnished the good name of Weird Al Yankovic in this show. I'm
They
so
really
upset.
Wait, who's
Yeah,
I always
him.
appreciate Weird Al.
Wait, who's Weird Al?
I love Weird Al so much.
Wait,
Yeah, he's a great
what
guy.
character is Weird Al?
Dandruff Tuba.
I don't know who that is. That's later on then.
Me neither. They also apparently Fred is played by Glenn Howerton. If y'all don't know who that is, he's Dennis in It's Always Sunny.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
My boy Dennis got caught in the Velma casting. That's
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I know that Fred's dad is voiced by his original voice actor. I don't know if you've seen that. I forgot what his name is, but-
Frank Velker or Frank Welker.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, who's
Yeah.
always voiced Fred.
Just
Yeah.
remember, everyone, that Warner Bros. Is owned by Discovery, so because Velma got out, I'm just saying, that's the downfall.
I can't believe they even thought to make this show. There's I love looking at it. Apparently on Google, 9% of people liked the show. IMDb is a 1.3 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 52%, which is generous. Good lord.
And
I can't believe
so many people,
how much were they paying Weird Al?
So it was so hate watched that they made a season 2 for it. It is insanity.
They should have put their money elsewhere.
Dude, all they even care about is the numbers of viewers.
Yeah, hate watching just boosts their numbers.
That's what I'm saying.
So we should hate watch, guys.
Oh god.
I don't want a season 3 either.
We should hate watch.
We should hate watch Big Mouth. Just saying. Okay.
I would
not even humor that.
I would rather step onto the freeway nearby my house.
Big Mouth.
Not watch
Big Mouth is that show that just you wonder day and night, who the fuck okayed this? Who looks at this and says, "Yep, we're gonna let that out to the world"?
Well, the weirdest part is they continued. They didn't even like. All right, one season was enough. We shouldn't have cooked. They proceeded to cook.
Why did y'all let them cook? Exactly, dude.
Well, it's like they canceled the fucking good ones, and the shitty ones are like, time to make another one, kiddo. It's
yeah, they did cancel Inside Job. I don't know if you guys seen that yet.
no, okay.
I've heard of it.
It's okay.
I've seen clips on TikTok, so it's just more like that Rick and Morty humor where it's referential stuff.
Yeah.
It's all about conspiracy theories.
It's got a pretty decent cast to it.
Yeah, people say they like it. I don't know if I'd like that Rick and Morty style anymore.
Well, it doesn't look like it has,
Dude, I feel like
you know
Rick
who.
and Morty, that kind of Rick and Morty humor should like stay in like the fucking. It was like 2017, 2018 type of era.
It's gone stale. That's the thing.
It is stale now.
I enjoyed the first
it.
3 seasons. First 3 seasons were good, but the Pickle Rick thing just threw me off so much.
I think the first 2 seasons were great. I don't remember a bad episode in those.
I hate the fan base a lot more than I hate the show.
Yeah.
I'll make this clear. I have no problem with atheism, but just the sheer amount of like fucking Reddit people that are just talking about like, oh my god, this he keeps cracking atheistic jokes about there is no God, Morty, drunkenly every 5 fucking minutes, and these people are it's just so fucking annoying. Now they have something that caters towards them, and they won't shut the fuck up about it.
Well, it's not also just that, man. It's
It's
they
like
just quote like Rick verbatim on stuff, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm so smart because Rick said this."
that and edgy 14-year-olds that won't stop saying Pickle Rick over and over again.
Oh yeah, then there's those people that say, "Oh, you gotta have a high IQ to understand this."
That's not even a thing anymore, honestly.
Thank God. Thank fucking God. It's like,
bro, even in season 1 and 2, you did not need a high IQ to watch a simple grandfather and his grandson have a wacky adventure where they self-reference each other.
Yeah.
It was never a high IQ show.
They overdid it. That's all I'm saying. It's like, throughout that whole ordeal with season 3 and above, like they kind of just went overboard with it.
The second that show actually started to have like a linear plot line is when it got bad. It was fun when it was just goofy, random fucking adventures and just blatant stupidity, and then they actually made it into like a story with plot points and all this and that, and then it just got
honestly
tedious and annoying.
I thought like this the last episode for season 2. I thought that would just be the end for it. I was like, okay. I thought that was just over. It was like one and done kind of deal, you know.
Yeah.
But damn.
There were like certain parts during like when it started to get more plot based that I actually kind of enjoyed, but it just they kind of followed like that multiverse esque trope that's kind of going around now. It's like the evil Morty and the stupid Rick and all this and that, and it just got bland, stale.
They added lore, and they're paying the price.
They added too much lore.
I feel like they waited too long to add the lore, because the first 2 seasons really made it feel like, oh, you could watch these episodes in kind of any order. There wasn't a lot of incentive to pick up the show and follow it all the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why TV shows can't just have some episodic shows. Not everything has to have a deep plot line along the way.
They barely use their talent. That's the thing. Like they probably got some people that like have ideas for like new shows that like actually can like give them revenue. It's just I don't know if the executives are like high on crack and shit, but goddamn, they wasting their talent for such like they even like revive stuff just to at least try to like it's coming back and shit, and they kill it.
It's easier to drag out a single plot line for multiple seasons than it is to create 30 new plot lines for each episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. But I do miss episodic shows.
I miss when Rick and Morty was exactly that. But I think Solar Opposites was better, which of course that's another Justin Roiland show. So it gets a bit tedious at times.
Same voice, or
no, it's a bit different.
That he doesn't do the same OGs.
If anything, it's similar, but it's a little similar to be honest.
It's similar to some degree. Like you can tell it's Justin Roiland, but it's new characters, new voice. Not necessarily new voice, but he's not like Rick all the fucking time.
Not like as egregious as the gun from High on Life.
I have no idea. I know nothing about that game.
I've seen clips, and the gun from High on Life is literally the same voice as Morty, down to the same mannerisms where he stutters and explains the joke.
Oh, there's a little bit of stuttering in the voices occasionally, but
like, if you watch the clip of High on Life and a clip of Rick and Morty, and I mix the audio together, you probably wouldn't be able to tell which is from which.
True. Yeah, so Solar Opposites, he's more coherent and doesn't like do all that shit.
Dad to Rick and Morty's
Dad is based.
Yeah.
It's got some originality to it though. So it's like if you never watched Rick and Morty, and if you watch Solar Opposite first, you couldn't even tell if Solar Opposite came first before Rick and Morty, unless if you lived on under Dwayne Johnson, that's of course.
The Rock.
The best part about Solar Opposites though is easily like the Wall plot line, just that like side plot. It's so good.
Plot C, dude, the Wall.
Exactly, the Wall was actually just the best part of that entire show. No, so the whole show is kind of about like an alien family living on Earth, and one of them is kind of like a hooligan kid, and when people piss him off, he shrinks them, and then he puts them in this giant wall that's basically like a bunch of like hamster cages.
Yeah.
And he basically throws them in there, and like the plot line is like a dude gets thrown in there, and he's just introduced to this weird society of like some order, but also quite a bit of like chaos. And it's just really, it's like this completely separate plot to the entire show that they just show like once every like episode or two. And it's actually just better than the show.
I think like the second airing to that of the Wall was actually like far popular than what Solar Opposites could have done for themselves. Which is funny too.
I wish they would have just ditched that and just done the Wall plotline.
Give it its own show.
Maybe not that, but just at the very least show more. of the wall plot. Because you only get to see it once every, like, maybe 2-3 episodes.
I
Something
kind of like
that.
the idea where it's just one episode per season, where it just shows the wall. Maybe like a second episode or two, just for a little treat every now and then.
Yeah, I
Just a
guess that's fair.
dedicated wall episode, or
Yeah, because the plot, like, or the wall plot line usually ends up being like a full episode or most of one.
Oh no, it's just a full episode of it.
Is it? I can't. It's been so long.
Every now and then they'll show like hints of like they're just like, oh, we're gonna put something in the wall. This guy's going in the wall. And the funny part
Yeah.
is like they know that they go into the wall to like they know their before lives and shit.
Yep. Like they're just regular people living their regular lives, and they just get thrown into this. But like the show itself, Solar Opposites, is episodic based, so there's no like true linear plot line. But the wall itself is a linear plot line that kind of grows on it, as it goes. And it's fucking great.
I would recommend it. Know what else I recommend? Vinland
What?
Saga, baby!
it's been pretty good so far. A little slow.
It's
I will
always
say.
been slow, dude. I like it when it's slow.
Yeah, it's just been slower than like last season.
I think
But
the
it's
beginning
building up,
seasons
it's
when
building
like
up.
they're building up the plot, yeah.
It's building up, so I'm excited for what goes on later.
It's gonna be fucking great, dude.
Not as great as Ninja Slayer.
Alright, I'm kicking you out.
You love Ninja Slayer.
Chad, you haven't talked in a while. What's your opinion on Vinland Saga Season 2 so far?
I think
Oh,
he's,
no.
doing
Alright, I think Chad died.
Chad died of cardiac arrest.
It's been a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we
As
should have stopped
usual.
him from downing all those bacon wrap bagels.
Probably should have stopped him from grabbing that beer.
Yep.
Nah. That beer never hurts anyone. You hear that, folks?
Hit down 12
Beer
at your
is
local Denny's.
You know what's
Beer
funny?
has never hurt anyone in their life. Did Chad die or something?
Probably.
You guys just want to wrap it.
Yeah, we're about an hour and almost an hour and 15, so yeah, it's about wrapping time.
Well, we still gotta get Chad so he could end his recording.
Alright. I'll wrap it from here. Thank you all for watching, listening to the Bomb Shelter podcast. We'll be sure to come in next week with more topics and more discussions and more bullshit too.
Maybe we won't become an anime podcast.
Fuck
Oh no, let's not.
I do not
We
want to be.
literally had the last quarter of the podcast just be us talking about anime.
That was like the last half hour.
That was.
It was. Alright.
Alright, we ending the recording?
Yep. See ya, guys. Bye.
See ya.